Hello and welcome here tonight for the LX4 race from Blackwood Grand Prix, live here on Some Race TV Channel 1. I'm again joined here by Dave. Hello, Dave.
Yes, hello, Volker. Good evening.
It's been quite some busy days for Live for Speed now in the last 2 days, this weekend. It's going to be interesting what we can see there for round 7 or 8 upcoming with the new West Hill.
I thought the next track would be West Hill after this Blackwood reverse.
No, it's the next one is Fern Bay.
Oh, okay. You know it better than me. Yeah. Frequently get lost in schedules and everything, so...
yeah, and various qualification modes and etc.
Yeah, Fern Bay indeed, yeah. Yeah, there were busy days. I was a little bit... I was earlier today with moving to CityLiga, but I didn't realize that I needed to start up the old environment to hop onto this server, because I'm in the new server environment and CityLiga is still in the old environment, and then you need to unlock the LFS again, and etc. etc. But anyway, set and ready. I'm wondering, and that was that was I was about to ask you, if everybody is there. I see 20. I see 20. No, how many are there on the track now? 23 or something?
We do have 6 people who officially said they wouldn't be joining. We do have 20 people currently on the server.
And 2 grids, right?
Yeah, there are 2 grids again. So,
yeah.
But there's still 10 minutes until the start of qualifying session. Maybe some people are a bit late due to the change to summertime.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, and that, yeah, I had a problem with that as well. So I was wondering, yeah, if everybody was having some similar problem or not. But because what was last race, there were more people, right? 60 or something.
We
just have to see.
Yeah.
But
right. Before we keep talking about this race, we're going to take a look into the LFS report and see what has happened 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Here it is with Knox Ronald. Have fun.
The newcomer A.Valta got the pole in grid 1, followed by HoR Schuhti and N.Morvai, and here they go into their 61 laps, the 29 drivers of grid 1. Through the underpass onto the first turn, and now pay attention to the pink car of Rosa on the inside. He braked way too late and hit Schuhti in the back, and thereby caused a huge mess in turn 1. The unlucky person who ended up upside down was Pete, who also forgot about a possible rejoin, so he retired already. After this mess was sorted out, the field was already stretched out for the rest of the first lap. And as we saw, the huge losers of this crash were Schuhti and Shippy, whereby Velikov quite profited of this, since he ended up on position 4. Now the downhill hairpin, where we can see how things sorted out. So A.Valta at the lead, followed by HoR, then N.Morvai and Velikov, Winkler, Kovács, Thun, Schuhti, followed by me and Marcel. A.Valta at the lead was up and away since the start of the race. HoR behind him seems to have some trouble with his pace. N.Morvai went out of the slipstream for the outside into the underpass, and thereby passed him as HoR pulled back. Schuhti fought his way back to the front, and in lap 22 he also got his hands on HoR. Schuhti went for the outside for the last turn and got more momentum out of it and gained position 3 this way. 2 laps later, Velikov and Kapal also closed up to Kubinci. Velikov also went to the outside for the last turn and also passed Kubinci, who therefore went immediately back into Velikov's slipstream. But behind Kubinci, Kapal also got a slipstream and Kubinci let him pass through on the inside. Now Kubinci watched the fight between those two. Velikov and Kapal went out side by side out of turn 1. And now Kapal got the better line on the inside for the next right-hander. Thereby Kapal pushed Velikov into the wall and Kubinci at least got 1 position back. In lap 34, so a bit after halftime, N.Morvai entered the pit lane for his mandatory pit stop. It took another 7 laps until A.Valta at the lead came to his stop, followed by Schuhti with a little gap as we see in the background. After the mandatory pit stops were done, fighting began again. Here the fight between Tyre and Jan-Ole. Tyre went out of the slipstream to the inside for turn 1 and passed Jan-Ole. And also in the back of the field we got massive fighting. Here we are on board with Luke behind BMW. BMW tried to defend on the inside, but thereby got a bad line through turn 1, which gave Luke and also Marcel an opportunity to pass him. In lap 51 I also got my hands on Jan-Ole, but I got no problems since Jan-Ole got massive suspension damage on the right side, so he had no possibility to defend himself reasonably. Schuhti managed to close the gap to N.Morvai, but both of them run into difficult lapping. As we see here, in front of them is Marty, who let N.Morvai pass through, but seemed to oversaw Schuhti and thereby slammed him into the red-white barrier. Schuhti wanted to quickly get back into race pace and hoped Marty finally let him pass on the inside, but he was wrong again. They crashed for a second time, which probably cost Schuhti a good chance for N.Morvai's position and the race for Marty, since he got a massive hit again and gave up his race after that. Here we are on board with A.Valta in the second last lap, and we see something seemed wrong with his car, and as we look at his rear left tire we see he got a puncture. Very unlucky, since the wait to the pits at this point is very long, and this of course cost him the win, but he managed to get position 4 after his tire change. Another victim of tire puncture was Kubinci. He got hit in the last lap, but in the same turn as A.Valta, and as he tried to keep on driving, the other rear tire also bursted, and he had to finish his race with 2 bursted rear tires, and he found it easier to drive backwards in this condition, so he ended his race driving backwards the remaining lap. N.Morvai won the race thanks to the puncture of A.Valta. Schuhti on second, maybe a little bit frustrated due to the crash with Marty. On third Kapal, then A.Valta, still impressive with 2 stops on fourth. Then the HoR Sim Racing drivers Winkler and Kovacs, followed by Velikov, Thun, Tyre, me, Jan-Ole and finally Kubinci, the last one without a lap back, so he stayed on 12th despite the huge gap to the winner. In grid 1, Winkler of course stays on the lead. Thanks to the drop result, N.Morvai and Schuhti are back in the game on position 2 and 3. Jan-Ole fell back to position 4, followed by Pete, Zupi, then Velikov, Shaka, Thun, Rose, Kubinci and Pig D. In the team rankings there's no change with the top 3, still Aeromines in the lead, followed by HoR Sim Racing and Extreme Racing. TC Racing changed position with Bonner Crew number 1, thanks to their new driver, A.Valta, the WCL LFS Legends now on position 6, followed by Neat Racing, Cooler Moon Suck Rhinos, Bonner Crew number 2 and WCL Rising Stars. We are almost halfway through CityLiga Season 20. For the 5th race we will race on the old and well-known track of Blackwood GP, but in the reverse version. The tight chicane, the hairpin, the large S's and the long straight make this track nearly a complete one. Some of the spots on this track get even more difficult in the reverse version. For example, the chicane after the long straight or the first S directly after the start-finish line, which you have to enter quite blind. To match this British track, we take a car that resembles an iconic British legend. We're gonna take the LX4 for a 50 laps long race. Although it just got 1.3 liter with 140 bhp, the weight of just half a ton together with the double fishbone suspension is it what makes the LX4 so agile and fun to drive. It's easy to control and fun to fight each other with, but you need a lot of experience and practice to stand out from the other drivers regarding the lap time. So let's go for it! So welcome, in my Gulf LX4 we are just out of the last turn and going up the start-finish straight towards the first S, which is the most difficult spot in my opinion. As we start our lap we go to the right and at 50 meters start to go to the inside, slightly braking, and as we are straight, full braking down into third and don't be too late for the right-hander. We use all the space at the exit, braking at the end of the pit exit line for the next left-hander and as early as possible back to full throttle over the first split. Now falling to the left. You may use the full curb on the right hand side and also the curb on the inside for the left-hander, but without the tires getting dirty. Now an important turn, the one leading to the straight. I only use the curb, but some use the area behind the curb as well. And now of course as early as possible back to full throttle and using as much space as possible. This is the turn you don't ever want to fuck up when you're in the fight, since we're now going straight for more than 20 seconds slightly uphill. Since we are going to drive a slight wind, this may be also the spot where your RPMs run out or otherwise, and therefore your fuel consumption may differ quite a bit. Now over the second split, preparing for the difficult braking into the chicane, hit the curb at 50 meters, aim for the chicane, carefully braking, shift down into third. We make great use of the curbs. Now onto the last turn, braking before the tarmac change color, down into second and as close as possible to the inside. Now back where we began. So this was one lap on Blackwood GP reverse in the LX4. Now have fun in the race and don't get blown away by the wind.
Oh, pardon. Pardon.
And we're back live here with, yeah, hopefully not dying noises of my dear co-commentator here.
No, it was just a very, very loud sneeze, but normally I mute my microphone, but I forgot it.
So we're in the qualifying session. It is 15 minutes long, not 10 minutes.
It just started, nobody set the time yet, as far as I can see.
Yeah, Pete's the first guy to come around the bend. We do have some wind on the server.
Okay. I see it on the moving flags and stuff, but I didn't notice the direction and speed.
Me sadly neither.
But that changes anyway. I think if you go from qualified to race or not, not stuff. But oh, okay.
It won't be the same conditions.
It's very weird, but yeah, that's how LFS works. Pete is now the first one in this flying lap. Yeah, this is a tricky track. Normal Blackwood is not that much of a problem, but reversed for some reason is quite hard. That's my personal experience, but I've also seen it. Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of car game public races, and yeah, that Blackwood reversed. A lot of people have issues with that. But that's good, and you can challenge yourself a little bit while Pete is going across the start finish in a moment. He's on the main straight, followed by, well, basically nobody.
So,
that's the first time?
Are crossing the line.
Oh, I thought it was, okay. He was being followed by actually a lot of people. Marcel, One Racing and Big D. And now we have Luke and Rose who sets the time, PMW, Jan-Ole, Blom. Yeah, quite a lot, but I think people can see the table on the stream. Can they actually?
No,
they cannot. They cannot.
They can't.
Yeah.
Sadly,
because
TV director is blocking it.
yeah, because in TV mode. Yeah, now I realized that. Anyway, Pete has the. Then I can just say it. Pete has still the fastest time at the moment, followed by Blom, Luke, and then Blackie just sets a time. Then Jan Ole at 5th, 6th Marcel. And that will change because yeah, we still have 10 minutes of qualify to go. N.Morvai sets a 4th time, for example. Yeah, it will needs to settle down first a little bit. Is this can the drivers do an unlimited amount of qualify laps?
Have 2 laps. I forgot to.
They only have 2 laps. Okay.
Yep. So this is already the last try for Pete. Would currently be the pole sitter for the race. But a lot of people already have taken their time in the first 5 minutes of the session.
Yeah, there are always some people who are very impatient.
So Pete flying over the crest to the first braking zone.
He's sliding a lot. I don't think he's going to be getting a faster time than his previous lap. I need to take a watch at the split times. 22.6 for first split seems to be sweet spot.
That seems to be right on the pace of Schuhti, and
I think the second split says a lot more. First split, yeah, maybe easy corners. Tricky part is in the second sector, in my opinion, and last, of course, chicane in the final corner.
Blom advanced to 2nd position with a 23.98.
57 high, I see, for second splits.
And Pete's crossing the line, joining the spectators. Did not improve his lap.
No, I didn't catch his time.
Schuhti to 7th position. Meanwhile, Ronald, who also did the track presentation to them coming to the line, 18th position after his first try. Nazar crossed the line for 16th position. Bernti for 17th.
We have N.Morvai, who's in this flying lap, and he's having a quite 22.5. It's 1/10 faster than the rest. 57 points. The second split time is also nice. Is it enough to move up? He's currently in 6th qualify place. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can make him 1:23. Yeah, it feels like he can do that. He's going to the no 1:24 sharp. Still, he improved to at this moment 3rd place, and that was the second qualify lap, so we cannot do that further. But it basically helped me telling that 57.7 is, or second split time is on target to be on the podium. Speaking qualify-wise, podium is not the right word. Being at the first three,
first row.
Yeah, first row.
Lecky crossing the line for P7. And we do have Martin Kapal on a fast lap, but now coming out of the last bend is Marcel.
.59, that's quite slow.
And he does not improve. There's Martin Kapal. He won yesterday the Kyoto 250.
Okay, I didn't...
Very different car and track. An oval and the XRT, and now here the LX4 and Blackwood.
To be honest, I didn't follow that at all, but yeah.
I was adminning there, so...
Yeah, well, I was out for a month. Normally I keep track of that a little bit better because I need to add the events to the agenda, but yeah. Anyway, that's a different story.
Yeah, Kapal, 8th position so far. After his first try, Schuhti now. And the final corner.
58.3, that's half a second slower than pole position. Yeah, 124.65. Kona has a 58, so that's not bad. Also 124.65, so...
Same time?
Yep. Winkler is not that fast in...
22nd.
That is. For.
Jan Ole not improving.
Well, is warming his tires on the straight.
Velikov's coming now along the straight. Closing up to Matti. His fastest time so far, a 1:24.62. And over the line, 6th position now for Velikov. 24.14.
Not bad, and I'm watching what Knox Ronald is doing. He's cheating a little bit. He parked his car. Yeah, well, not bending the rules maybe. He parked his car near the pit exit where normally Blackwood, the normal version, is ending. There you have quite a big, in that corner you can park your car. But
yeah,
he parked his car there as well, and then you can maybe have a better acceleration.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not for sure, but it's. I think he was thinking let's start the lap from the outside of the track and maybe have a higher speed across start finish. I got that idea,
interesting. Martin Kapal now finishing his second qualifying lap. 1:23.79. That's second position. And Matti also improves his position, is now in 12th.
Ronald was 23 and did a 58.3 at the split time, which is not that slow, but also not very fast. And he moves to 16th position. Not sure if that theory works. Maybe if you're really fast, it can be an idea, but...
Kabini to third position. The two-time CityLiga champion.
Qualify is almost over. Just 1 minute to go. And there's still 2 cars on the track. It's Winkler and the other one, Schuhti.
Yeah, Winkler will be the last driver on the very track. He'll have an open space in front of him.
Yeah, Schuhti already is on his flying lap. 51.5 a second split time, that's not very fast. Currently has 14th place time. I don't think he's going to improve that, but let's see.
Ooh, not
really
on this line.
No.
Over the line he comes, 25, 14th position. Did not improve his time. He's on the very same time as Kona B, but did his lap earlier than him. So what's Cully now doing?
First split is very fast, but I'm not sure if this sector was great. I have to see that. Let's see what the second split is going to do. 57.8. That's not. Yeah, it's possible, but I have my doubts. Let's see. That last corner, it wasn't that slow.
Going to be definitely an improvement. From 23rd he goes up to 9th position.
Okay. So we have Kovacs on pole, followed by Capel in second place. Then we have Kabini in third. 4th is Pete. 5 is Blom. 6 is N.Morvai. 7 is Velikov. 8 is Luke. 9 is Winkler. 10 is Blackie. 11 is One Racing Chippy. 12 is Reuse. 13 Maffei. 14 Jan Ole. 15 Schuhti. 16 Ascona. 17 Ronald. 18 Marcel. 19 PMW. 20 Drees, 21 Lazar, 22 Bernie, 23 Hoger Paul, 24 Wina, and last place 25 for Pick D. Not sure what's going on grid 2. Maybe.
Let's take a remote look. Oh, 24 cars over there. With Katila
nice.
on pole position. See if his time would have been sufficient for an second position here on... No, third position on grid 1.
Excellent. Very competitive then.
Yeah. Yeah, total of 25 cars even on...
the qualifiers ended there too, or is it
yeah,
still
qualifying
going on?
has ended there too. They are just now making sure that the race is going to start every minute over there. Race is now starting over there. We take a look at the last time we've had this very combo driven in CityLiga. And these are the results from CityLiga 14 round 3. Don't know why it says round 7. Must have been, well, I have had a typo. And there we see also how the times change. In yellow, these are the drivers who are still racing in CityLiga. Back then, for example, Schuhti finishing the race in second. In fourth position, we've had Kali Winkler. Back then, still for Excite Racing. And here on the second page of the table, we see Bryce, back then calling himself SRT Flip, Mikey 23, and in Grid 2 there were also Ascona B, Klaus Adam, Dietmar, and Mighty Pharao. So a total of 8 drivers who are still racing in CityLiga. The very race results we've seen were taken from the CityLiga 14 season, obviously. It was on get this correct, October 10th, 2011.
Okay. That's about 4 years ago. 3.5 years.
Still 8 races are driving in CityLiga. Just
8 racers, so the rest is new then.
Yeah, the rest is new. The rest has
quite,
not competed in that very race.
That's quite some shift in, yeah. I'd say quite some change over time. While we are talking about that, the race is about to start. As usual, first a so-called leg start, which is a practice start. Better word, I think.
Yeah, I think that's more what it is in these days.
So the theory is that everybody is crashing now, and then when the real start is going to happen, then everybody is having a nice start. But that's the theory, but in practice it's not always working. Quite clean. N.Morvai though is everywhere and he's losing positions. But like I said, this is only practice start. Let's see what the real start is going to provide. That's gonna be had an incident as well. Yep, there you go to the real start. Blackwood reversed. L.Kovács. Oh, a little last minute change on the setup maybe?
Yeah, maybe some fuel.
And it's green, off they go.
So many cars in turn 1, Jan Ole up in the wall.
Watching what's happening in front, it's going quite smooth. Holding my breath though, because just a minor touch with LX4 and then you can have a big problem. But everybody is respecting each other's position. That's how it should be, because it's 50 laps and that's not, that's quite a long way.
Rather clean start, although Jan Ole had to go into the wall. We're seeing now Marcel overtaking Ekström on the stream. Blackwood, among others.
Capel, Cabinho and Pete are fighting basically for second position, and the one who's profiting from that is L.Kovács, who's still first place. Created a gap of, I guess, 2 seconds now.
He did the draft of Capel, but
2 second gap to the leader of the race. Then a group of 3, and yeah, that's being directly followed basically by everybody else who is still.
Let's open the door for Pete. Some strange contact there.
Yeah, but I think I can catch up again. If he makes use of the draft of Cabinho, then they're right into the action with each other. Blom is coming closer though, in 5th place. Basically joining that battle for 2nd place. Yeah, I've seen no major incidents so far. Well, N.Morvai is right next to Velikov and the group behind Capel, Pete, Cabinho.
Trying to go around the outside, won't work.
The sides.
Less than half a car length.
Yeah, Cabinho can make good profit of the draft of Pete. But my best guess is that
very close call there.
And being joined by Capel again.
Oh, Cabinho with a drift. Pete's locking the door and Capel is through. Capel on the inside.
Blom really catches up, and even Velikov joined now.
But they're giving each other room now. Capel runs wide and is already overtaken by Blom. Still side by side.
The gap to Kovács has increased to 5 seconds.
The whole field is still very tightly packed. Except for the leader, as you said. 5 seconds. That's about what separates second from last. Roundabout. Well, not quite, but
oh, they want to go 3 wide.
With the chicane. And now all the chaos is coming, and look who is there now in 6th position. Kali Winkler.
Yeah, Capel dropped quite some places, dropped back to even 9th place, overtaken by Schuhti. And he's being tapped on the back by N.Morvai. Side by side, Capel and N.Morvai. N.Morvai gives not really much room. Backing off now.
Behind them, there is now a traffic jam. Oh, Schuhti gets a touch by Matti. Kapal sliding on the curb. This is now a group of how many cars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, a lot.
Yeah, I'm also watching what's happening a little bit more in front. Velikov overtook Blom on the straight.
Oh, Matti goes wide, Schuhti goes... Oh, Matti spins!
Yeah, I see a major incident on the mini-map.
And I think he just took his teammate with him. Then Saskonapi is also dropping down.
Yep.
Honking going on here. Someone found his horn. So here we see it in picture that Blom's got overtaken. It looks like he's now getting overtaken again. This time by a fellow orange colored car.
Yep, I was watching that, and also surprising is the performance of Luke. He either practiced a lot or the LX4 suits him well. It's I think maybe the first time that I see him that far up front. But it's nice to see.
A strong starting pace for him. But it is a long race and there is no pit stop scheduled or anything.
Okay.
So
you can... I don't know if you can finish the race without doing any pit stop at all, but...
that's going to be the target of round 1. It should be doable, I think. Well, I once drove a set of tyre for, well, me and my team, for 3 hours and 40 minutes. And
without
changing the tyres.
without
refuel every now and then, but
that's what I mean. You need to refuel, probably.
I think they can make the distance with one tank of fuel.
Okay. Schuhti
Really...
is now overtaking Luke, moving to 7th place. Well, not really overtaking them side by side.
Yeah, and Kali overtook Velikov for 4th position.
Yeah, he catched up racing pace. Yeah, amazing. In qualify, he didn't do so great, so I was expecting that he maybe didn't have such a good race this time, but yeah. Out of nowhere we have Winkler again. But the gap to Kovac is quite big, huh?
Yeah. Don't think that they are going to play any team games in terms of, hey, my teammate is driving for the championship, let's make sure there's some trouble.
Yeah. I didn't realize that Kovac is core as well.
I think they're going to be eager enough to not do such games.
I don't think so. The gap now is 10 seconds. That would be really obvious. Gap between Kovac and Winkler, to be exact. The gap between Kovac and Kubinyu is 5 seconds.
Black East has defended his position versus Schuhti. Himself sees now the front bumper of Ronald.
Well, Pete sets the current fastest lap. 1:23.47. Yeah, I wanted to say that as well. I think it's drafted because it's even quicker than the pole qualified time, as I can remember. No, it's not drafted because he's driving alone. Yeah, then I just don't know. Just fast. Everybody has a little bit of breathing room now. You have to go further down the back. I'm talking about Ronald and Marcel in 13th and 14th place. They're driving quite close, and we have right behind that we have BMW and Therese touching each other even, and Therese has some difficulties to control his car. Yeah. Basically the tail of the field still is quite close together.
Contact between Ronald and Marcel.
Also, oh, N.Morvai goes touching Luke and N.Morvai on the grass. I just wanted to say that, I was following that as well. Yeah, I've seen N.Morvai now a couple of times on my screen, and he's driving a little bit aggressive. But, aggressive is not the good word. Unstable. Yeah, doesn't seem to have excellent control over his LX4.
We've now got a drafting train behind Ronald. BMW is now yielding out of it. Not yielding, but overtaking rather. These are some drift angles we see here in the last corner.
Yeah, when you do that, then you know that you're slow. The car basically has to glide through the corners, not slide.
Yeah, that's better technique. We see here at the tail end of this group, Jan Ole. We didn't lose that much time, but due to the fact that it was in turn 1, he lost like every position there is. And since the field really seems to be quite dense in terms of pace, it's going to be hard work to crawl up and make some good points for the 4th in the championship rankings.
Yeah, I'm following I'm a little bit silent and listening with half. Only listening half because I'm also checking what's going on in front, and Cabinho has quite a good pace. He's faster. He sets his fastest lap at the moment, trying to catch up with Kovács, and he's, yeah, like I said, he's faster. And Pete also having a good pace. And then Winkler, he's in 4th, but he's slower than 1, 2, and 3. So, in other words, he's not catching up. So
yeah, and I've got the feeling that after Velikov was overtaken, the gap between those two shrinked again. Velikov.
You mean that Velikov is catching up again? Yeah.
Yep.
N.Morvai catches up with Luke again. He's faster, but that was the word what I was searching for earlier. He's driving more recklessly. He's fast, he's catching up with somebody, and then he makes a mistake and crashing and everything, and then he drops back again. And I've seen that a couple of times now.
Runs wide. This opens the door for Schuhti.
Yep.
Luke and N.Morvai side by side.
Oh, and we're again! Dudes, stop touching each other! They're exchanging horn signals now. Unbelievable. Using the inside there.
Perfect example of a dive bomb.
I'm shaking my head. It's never good signal. Again, Luke is not giving in, forcing his car in front of N.Morvai again.
They're not giving each other any room at all.
I have the feeling, not a good feeling, that this ends up in tears sooner or later. No, that is not a good idea.
It's for sure they can't keep up this way of driving for the rest of the race.
No.
And if they do, they soon will be caught by the second half of the field. Very soon.
Yeah, Shippy is right behind these two guys who are battling. Ninth position.
He's just waiting and looking for a mistake. Sort of exit between those two up in front of him. I mean, he's really having the perfect spot to monitor what's happening in front of him between N.Morvai and Luke.
Yeah, that's what I should do, yeah. A little bit of entertainment.
Sadly, onboard cameras are not working. Otherwise, we would have. Oh, N.Morvai now going to the inside again. Going through. Yeah, otherwise, it would be a perfect way to simply show this battle from Shippy's perspective.
Yeah. Maybe in the future that's possible. We have to see. Really on the tail we have Bernie, we have Pick D, we have Ascona B, we have Maffi and Botwina, all very close together as well. And yeah, it's really in the back of the field.
Yellow
but,
flags.
False flag.
Probably.
Yeah, some bug on Blackwood reversed sometimes shows up. BMW, and Luke, what happened there? N.Morvai is now very far in front.
Did not but watch it very closely. Either BMW now crossing the line with a PB. Oh! Very close together, those three.
Yeah, probably a touch again between N.Morvai and Luke.
Yeah, probably. Now the Finnish driver for Kuhn for Rhinos is searching for the hole in the defense of British driver in front of him.
Luke is also defending his position quite a lot. Maybe a little bit too much. Trying to block every hole.
But now there's some overlap.
No, Marcel is onto the back of Schuhti.
And BMW now.
On the inside, on the outside, yeah.
They give each other just enough room. But really just enough.
And Marcel and Schuhti, they're both teammates, or not? Or they just have the
they
same...
aren't. They are just
the skins are...
green. Black and green.
Skins are confusing me.
Ronald in the dirt. Throwing dusts to the opponents. Now Luke's defending from Schuhti. And soon also from Marcel. Schuhti's clutch is slightly red. Oh, now, not yet.
Yeah, talking about clutches, the one from N.Morvai and BMW are not that great as well. It's a little bit red, it's not that big of a shock, but also for Capel it's a little bit red.
To be defending from Marcel. Oh. On board, this looked like Schuhti got a touch, but there was no scratching of metal or anything. So I guess that was just a racing line for him then. 3 Ronald, side by side.
Yeah, I'm still also checking out the times in front of the field between Kovacs, Gabinho and Pete. Gabinho and Pete are both just a little bit faster than the current leader of Kovacs. Kovacs is leading the race for 20 laps now, going into lap 20, but yeah. And the gap which we had of 5 seconds, is slowly but steadily getting less. The gap now is 4 point. We have to see. They go start finish now. 4.5 seconds. Yeah. Binyu is 500 of a second faster, so that's not really that much of a difference, but still. Something to keep an eye on.
Some action at the very back with Berndi and Todvina.
Well, in the middle of the field we have Rose and Trace side by side.
The neatracing.com teammates.
And Jan Ole following that.
To the outside or inside, or well, it's a chicane. One time you're at the outside, and the next corner you're in the inside. But no hard attack by N.Morvai. Let guys stay alive. But like, if I wanted to, I could do. Move on you.
In front we had Rose on the grass. Wasn't important.
But
didn't.
But now going further up in front, 6th and 5th place here on the line.
And Velikov, yes.
Separated by just 0.2 of a second.
I was noticing the same on the minimap. So did Velikov make them? No, they have the same split time, so not sure why this all of a sudden happened. But I thought Velikov made a mistake or Schuhti, but oh well.
I think they're just about on the very same pace, so one lap one loses a tenth, the next lap the other loses a tenth.
Yeah, but before I didn't saw them that close together, so something must have happened, but maybe in some previous laps.
Yeah, but since Kali in front of Velikov is not that far away, I think it's just Schuhti being that slightly trend faster. Just very economically, he's gaining more than he loses to the both in front, on average. While Matti comes out of pit lane right in front of the leader. And Schuhti is now side by side with Velikov, 4-2-1. Very good position.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at the race pace of Kabinyu. He was more than half a second faster. Now the gap between Kovacs and Kabinyu, 1 and 2, has It's under 4 seconds now. It's interesting to follow this. And Pete has Cabinho in view. It's very far away, but yeah.
Velikov with some slight mistake there entering the chicane. And suddenly Schuhti is all over his rear view mirror. Ugh, what a difficult word.
One-tenth again. Yeah.
Better line again for Schuhti. Just hitting the apex. Velikov's clutch is now turned red.
Yeah, that's the benefit if you're behind somebody else. You can just wait until the other person makes a mistake. Or in this case has a red clutch indeed. A little bit slower as a result with shifting. Kovács now has Matthew in front of him. I wonder if Matthew moves on time.
We hope. We've seen some very strange overlapping last
He
round.
doesn't really move, but yeah, that can be good tactic as well, just for the leader to choose.
Yeah, just stay on juice and let the leader come out of the slipstream.
Yeah. It seems that he benefited. No, he has the same split time as Cabinho. Cabinho even has a little bit of faster split time. No, he didn't really profit in any way from drafting Matthew. 23.7 on finish and Cabinho 23.69. So again, 0.05 of a second faster for Cabinho. It's not much, but the gap is 3.7 seconds now. I think well, give it another 10 steady laps and then we can have some action in the really front.
We do have some top 10 action here with Kapal and Blom.
Beat.
Kapal's taking a deep look at the spare tire.
The license plate says Pooh's baby, so yeah. License plate of Blom.
For Mark Kapal, it's just flame, which is, well, kind of obvious.
Flame is looking at Blom. bloody head moving.
Nice overtake there. Back to the deeper regions of the standings. We've got Phil Rose here in the sandwich of Blackie and Ronald. Under pressure by Ronald. Oh. I think we just have lost Ronald. Oh, he reappears suddenly behind Blackie. Welcome to the world of internet where cars can disappear for a few seconds and reappear at some, well,
the netcode of LFS is good, so mostly it's not a problem.
Ronald has talked about some issues with his internet earlier before the race, and is actually today on a wireless LAN connection.
Right, okay.
So this might have caused this little lag.
Well, I'm checking what's going on secretly on the other grid. We have Jake Attila in having being the leader, followed by Sarieto second. Quite some gap, I think. Also about 5 seconds. Then we have in third position Rami, fourth Nick, and 5 Hoxa. That's what's going on grid 2.
And now Marcel and Shippy. Marcel spinning!
Oi, yes, I see it.
I think there was no contact, but I can't tell for sure. And not only that Marcel has spun, Luke also made a mistake and ran wide. Now Shippy, well, couldn't take any advantage from it, but he's now taking a very deep look at Luke and at a possible place to overtake him.
Yeah, that's not going to be take very long.
Either at the end of the long straight, but Luke seems to have, well, have done a decent job of hitting the right racing line, so he swum himself away a little bit.
Gap has increased, yeah. Ha! Fabinho again, 6/10 of a second faster than Kovac. Gap has decreased to 3.2 seconds. Fabinho sets again the fastest lap as a result, 1:23.3. Lap 30 of 50. only seen one person who made a pit stop as far as I can remember. That's Matthew.
And well, I make a risky prediction. He's going to be the only one at the end of the race.
Oh, interesting. Interesting prediction.
Binny again, a 10th faster than Kovács. But he slowly runs out of time. 20 laps left. And if he catches a 10th every lap, it's only 2 seconds.
Yeah, true. But like I said, last lap it was 0.6 of a second, so then it goes quite fast. The thing is yeah, when is Kovács starting to get nervous? That's the thing.
Must be a difficult situation. He's not really. Well, it doesn't look like he's just controlling it. He's really still as fast as he can go, but yeah, his gap meltdown from 5 seconds to now just under 3 seconds.
It's always the same problem with leaders. There's nobody to focus on. Yeah, and then you need to be really consistent in your lap times. And Kovács now did a 123.3, which is 0.3 of a second faster than Kubini, so its gap increases again. Yeah, difficult to say. It's up to the most the person who makes the most stable lap times. Consequent.
Lazar overtaking Marcel, exiting the final corner.
Rightward, I think.
There is a 4-way battle. Blackie, Ronald, Ascona B and Rose. For 15th down to 18th.
Yeah, could be 4/10 quicker.
Again, the fastest lap by Patrick Binney. Gonna be challenging Rosa. She wins the challenge. Stays the 4-way battle. Everyone had some color shared with someone else. Some of painting now. It's like the 4 are trying to see how many different orders they can be in. Which would be 4 factorial. practical standpoint.
Yeah, I was watching what HoR Paul is doing. HoR Paul is being led by Kovács and Gabinyu, now by the leaders of the leader in the second. One who was in second place, but he wasn't driving in the way at all. That's good. Gap though has decreased to 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Gabini is already 4/10 faster on the second split.
Yeah, he's flying.
I lost a bit there. 2/10 still.
Yeah, in the end he lost a bit.
JP and Luke, oh, with some contact and with some more contact and now with not some more contact but a bit of sliding, and now Luke's going for the inside. The cutback. They're not giving any room. Luke's braking late is successful. And now Lazar appears. Luke's getting quite some airtime today. Always involved in the one or the other battle. Marty lets Winkler through.
Oh. Yeah, they're talking about Luke and stuff, but I'm still also following what the leader in Gabinyu is doing, Kovács now. That's again the fastest lap, 1:23.18. I already saw it on the split times. It was a very fast lap. Really amazing to see it. Yeah, lap by lap. This battle of lap times it basically is. Just interesting to watch that, but yeah. Maybe I'm a weird in my mind, but
No, that's
just looking at numbers.
Oh, that's totally okay. Not only okay, it's the essence of the battle for the lead here in this race.
Yes, it's amazing that it can there can be a variation of half a second in a lap. Quite a lot.
Got a lot to do with these cars.
Yeah.
They are not. Although you can change everything in the speed, in terms of yeah, the camber,
handling,
everything.
Yeah, the handling of the car. Yeah.
You still can't get it such stiff and such stable that you can be within half a tenth of a second in the next 10 laps. No, this car lives in some sort.
Yeah.
Sometimes it bites back.
As a result, the gap stays 3 seconds, and yeah, I want to see some fighting, but there is, of course, some fighting going on further down the field, but HoR Schuhti, for example, not really fighting yet, but gap is not big, and we have well.
There's also a fight in front of Schuhti. It's not for the position in front of him, but for the last position is Holger Paul and Matti are now fighting who gets Red Lantern, and it seems to be Holger Paul just won that fight, depending on what perspective you want to have the question answered.
Yep.
But this might help Schuhti just a slightly bit, because because Velikov is now slowly catching up to Holger Paul and is surely going to be held up to some extent. Well, or not. No, that was really a very, very nice way to respect the blue flags. Whoa!
What?
That fastest lap by Kubini.
Okay, then we're monitoring the same thing here.
Now Velikov joined up to Matti. And the honking told me that he simply wants him to disappear. He's now at the back of Velikov again. Matti lets Velikov through. This was not optimal for Schuhti, but still he gained more than he lost from this very scene. Ten and a half laps to go.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through the fields. There's a lot of action in the back, but that seems to be sort of stable. To go, yeah. Do we get any surprises? That's the question.
That's a very good question, indeed. And another 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, the gap.
In the meantime, Kovacs must have been faster again, since the gap is somewhat around 2 points.
Stays 2.5, yeah, I wanted to say that it's not, gap is not getting smaller. It was already 2.5 seconds some laps ago. Although, yeah, just have to see.
now that the traffic has disappeared from Valley Coffees, now again.
But
Matching
somebody
the
is,
pace of Schuhti.
somebody was in the pit. Holger Paul. Not really into the pit, but oh, a really weird line from him. But okay, maybe it was just my imagination. Or maybe it just went wide. I was too late at changing the camera, so I on the minimap. I don't know. Anyway. Gap between 1 and 2 stays 2.5 seconds. This lap, only 8 laps to go. It's too early to say that it stays like this, but yeah.
But time will run up. There's not that much time left for things to change at the top. I think we're now going to see the second period of personal bests, coming now to the end of the fuel tank.
Lots of silence from us, but there's not much mention. There are cars close together, but they are together driving for laps already.
And for the whole race, Rose now overtook Blackie. Let's see if Corner B can take advantage of it. Down in 19th position.
Corbini is making mistakes in the last corner. Going onto the straight, the gap is increasing. Corbini is getting slower. Not much, but still enough not to expect any action, unless Kovacs makes a mistake. But I don't believe so. In the last 6 laps, this race is going to take.
I also think that the chapters are written. Gonna be now around Blackie. Went through at least one tire there.
I'm monitoring Corbini quite a lot, and it seems like he tries to push everything out of the LS4, but too much. As a result, making small mistakes. And because of that, he's just a little bit slower.
Blackie now also overtaken by Pick D, our American driver in this grid. Oh, Holger Paul spinning across the track. Wanted to let a whole bunch of cars through, and now he's recovering from his near spin in the middle of the track. He's driving relatively low rev. N.Morvai is closing up the Blom. But 5 laps left. I'm not sure if this is going to...
Yeah, the gaps are too big between most of the racers.
But if you think there is no action, just turn your camera to Luke. Who's defending himself from Marcel, yeah?
Well, I secretly switched to the remote of Grid 2, and there the standings are still the same. Jacatila on 1, 2, Sargento, 3, Keller, Rami, 4, Nick, and 5, Hoxa. And that was the same during half of the race. Lap 25, lap 30, around that. No, that didn't change there as well. At least at the top.
Are there still 24 cars on the track?
22. There.
22. Okay, then the 3 drivers have retired from over there. So far we have a 100% quota here.
Yeah, Grid 2. Most of them, or some of them, are a little bit less experienced racers, so yeah, then you can expect a little bit more dropout, but only 3. It's
yeah. Numbers are fine.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, Marcel's now forcing the issue. Push afterwards. That was some very aggressive, very violent in a way overtake. But both parties played the same game. They were on the same page. Everything is good, but now Luke's looking to well, do the same on Marcel. If a teacher from driving school would see this, this is definitely not the safety distance between 2 cars. Oh, Luke's now. Whoa! Touch on the straight between Luke and Lazar, but I think
horning
Lazar
again.
couldn't do anything.
Touch.
That last touch was Lazar's.
Naughty.
Yeah, naughty. More like, well, why are you driving into my car on the middle of the straight?
Yeah.
Shame
yeah.
you. Preißler getting overtaken for the second time.
Yeah, but he's making a lot of way, so that's good.
Yeah.
And the Kovács lap times have improved against that of Kabini. Gap has increased again to 3 seconds, so with only 2 laps, well 1.5 lap to go, we can safely say I think that Kovács is the winner, which is it's very deserved, don't get me wrong, but I was hoping for some action in front, but from a spectator's point of view, always nice, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kovács leads from the beginning to the end, and especially the first 3-4 laps, that gap which he created was being increased to 5 seconds, and that was his main. That was the main benefit.
I wanted to say the very same thing.
Okay. Sorry.
No. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. It
okay.
says that we were having the same thought on this on Kovács win.
And then we have Pete and Winkler. Yeah.
He's basically slowing down. Kovács controlling it simply. Just to compare, his last lap was 23.9. His fastest lap was 23.18.
I was talking about Pete and Winkler driving most of the race alone.
And Pete had to survive the first few laps in this big fighting group, and afterwards it was just quiet. Here comes Kovács around the last bend. Gap's decreasing to 2.2 seconds, but that's not bothering him at all. 300 points to call, and to Kovács 1 hour 9 minutes 50 seconds and 59.
Nice achievement. On grid 2 they already finished, and they're already on firm bay.
Yeah. So we cannot tell you what has happened there, but I think it's very fair to say that probably it's just been like here on grid 1 that it stayed the very same on, at least for the top 5 on the last few laps. Drivers are now crossing the line. While Pete and Kovács and Kabini are now doing some formation driving across the back straight.
Yep.
Oh, we must have lost someone.
Because?
There are just 24. Weren't it 25?
Yeah, true.
Ah.
Maybe somebody finished and directly after that disconnected.
Yeah, but...
No, otherwise we would have 25 finished, of course.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe that's a mystery for the History channel. Which is not covering history, but mystery. Anyways, that's been the Blackwood race of this season. And we've got really a well-deserved really well-deserved podium here. Was a pretty tight race, just from pace. The top 18 drivers all surpassed the 1 minute 24 barrier on their fastest lap.
Yeah, monitoring your packet loss. You have a little bit of packet loss, which is you're still understandable, but some words are getting digital. So not sure what's happening on your end, but you have 15% packet loss. I see on TeamSpeak. But yeah, it was an interesting race. I wouldn't call it boring during the last stint, the last 20 laps. It was interesting to follow Combini's achievements compared to Kovács, and of course Pete and Winkler. But yeah, from a spectator's point of view, it didn't end up in a battle in the end, which is a little bit disappointing. But on the other hand, well, kudos to Kovács. He was stable enough to lead the race from the beginning to the end, and yeah, I at least I enjoyed it as commentator / spectator, and yeah, the race is the server is already switching to Firmbay Gold, which is going to be the next round with the FPM. Also is going to be a full race. With no pit stop as far as I can see.
Correct.
52 laps. Yeah, I'm talking because I'm thinking you're watching your packet loss and where it's coming from. So I don't know, it's dropping a bit now. So I think you are clear. Maybe not. Firmbay, 13th of April, in 2 weeks. It stays the same. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we should call it today.
Wonders of the internet, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably what my internet line is thinking as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So, thank you for being here. It was always,
no problem.
Like always, a pleasure. And then we see us in Firmbay in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 13th of April, 2 weeks. As far as I know, I will be there again. So see you then. See everyone who's watching this broadcast live or back on replay. And yeah, see you on Firmbay Gold. Bye bye.